How's it going, boys and girls? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to the Eden of Grisaia. We are in the prologue section, finally. I don't know why I saved this one for last, but I did, and in the last episode we got things rolling. Amane joined the party, so now we can probably face off against the first boss. But no, in actuality, Amane showed up to the school. I sort of assumed that she was the second person to come here. And I kind of like how we're following Sakaki, so it's not like we're from like an outside perspective looking in, which I think was how the main story here in the Eden of Grisaia worked out, it was okay, definitely no issue with it, but I definitely enjoy following someone and their perspective in a story. That's just my preference. But yeah, nothing crazy has happened yet. I don't think anything too crazy will happen. I think it's just us seeing the students come to the school and how their lives sort of adjust to that, which I'm sure will make for some good storytelling as we continue on. Muttering the name of my future classmate, I sit down on the bed and reach out for the file I left on my desk. Speaking those words inspires a brief pang of guilt. I'm currently holding an investigative report on Suo Amane. It wasn't my choice to transfer into Mihama Academy, but I'm still the daughter of its owner. I have a certain amount of, say, concerning its administration. And of course, no one wants me causing more trouble since they don't have anywhere else to put me at this point. They gave me this beforehand as a preventative measure of sorts. Yeah, if I remember correctly, Amane's family was never problematic. I don't think we ever really met family members from her side. Just really heard a lot about them, but that was pretty much it. Really no issues from her family. And the reason for her leave of absence was... After skimming over the summary on the first page, I tossed the whole thing away. I do understand that the report was prepared for my sake, of course, but I don't have any intention of making friends with all of the students who will eventually arrive here, so it's not of any real interest to me. I'm perfectly fine with keeping my distance. There's no way any student at this school could be a normal person. As one such student, I'm all too aware of that, and that's why I'm not about to go prying into anyone else's life story. I'm not going to trust anyone ever again. And I'm not going to take anything seriously. Those were the promises I made to myself in that moment, when the fruit that had ripened inside me fell to the ground with a rotten squelch. Okay. The image of a girl with her hands dyed red flashes before my eyes, and an intense wave of fatigue washes over me. Is my body warning me, trying to stop me from remembering what happened that day? No, that's not it. It's much simpler than that. The principal woke me up as I was falling asleep, and now my exhaustion is catching up with me. That transfer student seemed like a fairly perceptive sort, so I don't think she'll be asking me for help. Having provided myself with another convenient excuse, I close my eyes and let the pleasant drowsiness wash over me. You know, I feel like sleeping throughout the day is very unhealthy. I don't exactly know the reason why, but whenever I tried doing it, I felt like shit. In all honesty, maybe it's because of the exhaustion from staying up the previous night, but I don't know, that stuff just does not seem healthy. Plus it wastes your whole day. Hate being up at night, yet I do it. It feels like only moments have passed when I wake, but the world around me has already dyed in shades of orange. I lie quietly on the bed for a little while, but I don't hear anything outside my door. By this point, she may already have finished carrying up her things. The principal did ask me to help her after all. A bit embarrassed by my inability to do anything without inventing some form of justification, I step out of my room and suddenly notice something unusual. When I listen closely, I can make out a peculiar noise that sounds a bit like two wet objects, scraping briskly against each other. There are only 2 tenants in this dormitory, and I'm not the culprit here. In order to confirm my conclusion, I reach out and softly open the door to the newly occupied room across the hall. Huh?
やっぱり和包丁はええな。切れ味抜群やのに細身ってところがまたたまらんわ。ん？赤鬼！誰が赤鬼や？って榊さん？その廊下に出たら妙な音が聞こえてきて。あ、ごめん、うるさかった？
No, not really.
そういうわけではないけれど、部屋の中を覗いてみたら、あなたが凶器を研いでいたから。凶器って、これはただの包丁だよ。
Hey man, they can be deadly.
でも、そんな形の包丁なんて。はあ、この包丁はお父さんのお下がりだから、一般的な包丁とはちょっと違うかもね。板前さんなんかが使ってるやつは基本的にオーダーメイドで、撃った人の名前が彫ってあったりするから。越野喜八郎。
Sure enough, there's a name carved into the side of the blade in her hand.
どう？燕三条の鍛冶職人さんの手打ちだよ。すごくない？どうと言われても。
I can't even cook for myself, so I don't have the first idea how impressive that thing really is.
とにかく包丁を研いでいたってことは引っ越し作業は終わったのよね。うん、そっちはもう大丈夫。引っ越しって言っても段ボールを運び入れるだけだったし。
Man, moving into my apartment was a big pain in the ass because yeah, I am on a second floor, but I don't know, just moving things up a stairs sounds very simple. Especially when the items are just down the stairs, but oh my god, when you're trying to carry up the big shit, it's not fun. And we'll just leave it at that. It really is not fun.
So.
Or easy, I should say.
ああ、そうだ。そういえばちょうど榊さんに聞きたいことがあったのよね。
Just as I'm about to leave the room, the transfer student calls out to stop me. Reluctantly, I turn back to continue the conversation.
何？2つあるんだけど、いいかな？質問の内容によるわね。だったら答えられたらで構わないんだけど、この寮って倉庫みたいなものってあったりする？倉庫？ちょっと食料持ち込みすぎちゃったみたいで、これから増やしていくもののことも考えると、ウォークインクローゼットだけじゃ心もとなくて。
Then why don't you just throw the excess food away? Somehow managing to keep that thought to myself, I paused to consider her actual question.
それなら1階の階段下にある物置スペースを使えばいいと思うわ。大きさは十分とは言えないけれど、冷暗保存には最適なんじゃないかしら。なるほど、そんなところがあったんだね。で、もう一つは？ああ、うん。榊さんはもうご飯食べちゃったかなって。まだだけど。じゃあ晩ご飯は遅い方？最近はそうかもしれないわね。そっか、教えてくれてありがとう。
I'm not sure what the point of asking me that was, but it seems like we're finally done here. Having reached that conclusion, I turn around and...
ちょいとお待ちよ、榊さん。今度は何って。
This time, I'm not able to hide my annoyance. But just as I spin back around, she tosses me something in my direction, and I reflexively reach out to catch it. For a moment, I find myself at a complete loss for words.
これは何？何って、コンビーフだけど？いえ、そういうことではなくて。ああ、それはね、いろいろと私に教えてくれたお礼。
What did we do to help?
で、コンビーフの缶詰？うん、美味しいよ。尾崎のコンビーフ。そう。
Holding the chili can in my hand, I leave the room without a word of thanks. I'm not exactly sure how to describe what I'm feeling.
コンビーフって。
Yes, that's how I thank all my friends whenever they help me out with something. I just give them food in a can and make sure it's like really random and out of place. Not entirely sure what to do with the can. I just place it on my desk for now and return to my usual web surfing routine. But soon enough, there's a quiet knock at my door.
Sakaki-san, いる？この声は転入生よね。
And there was complete silence outside this door up until yesterday, but it seems her arrival has changed things significantly. I let out a small sigh as I get up from my chair.
はい。どうも、7年前の部屋に引っ越してきた周防天音です。よろしくお願いします。え？というわけで、あなたのおそばに参りました。
Grinning from ear to ear, she holds out a tray containing a heaping serving of soba noodles.
あなたのおそばに参りました。
Ah, I see what you're getting at. That is a stupid joke. If I'm getting the joke right.
Huh?
If there even is a joke, in all honesty.
いや、今のは、
Okay, there we go.
そばがそばにかかっててね。
I caught on for once.
そういうことじゃなくて。あれ、もしかして面白くなかった？おかしいな。前の学校ではやった時は受けたのに。だからそうじゃなくて。ごめん、やっぱりうざかったよね。それが分かっていて、なぜこんなことを？そこはほら、単純に引っ越しの挨拶ってやつ？たとえここが問題児しか集まらないような学園でも、そういうところはちゃんとしておきたかったからさ。自覚はあるってわけね。まあね、私もここがどんなところか理解した上で転入を決めたつもりだし。そう。
Assuming she's being honest, this girl's here of her own free will, unlike myself. Whatever her reasons, it seems she's actively trying to improve her situation for the better, and that would explain why she's being so proactive.
そういうわけでさ、このお蕎麦は食べちゃってよ。え？晩ご飯まだ飲んだよね。だったらちょうどいいでしょ？だからあの時ご飯のことを。もともとそういうつもりで作ったんだし、このまま捨てちゃうのはもったいないじゃん。そうね。だったらそのお蕎麦はあなたが食べるといいわ。え？それじゃ。
With that said, I reach over to close my door.
ちょっと待った！
Quickly figuring out what I was about to do, the transfer student slings her leg into the doorway to prevent me from closing it.
何？さすがに今のはちょっとひどくない？気分を害したのなら謝るわ。ごめんなさい。じゃあ、私も強引だったことは謝るから、このお蕎麦は食べてくれない？あなたもしつこいわね。私はいらないって言っているのよ。だから、私もそこをなんとかって頼んでるんじゃん。
I misjudged this girl. I had the impression that she was relatively relatively thoughtful person, excuse me there. But it seems she's more of a meddling nuisance.
わかった。じゃあ私は榊さんに大事なお蕎麦を一晩預けます。はい？ただ預けるだけ。それだけだから、とりあえず受け取ってよ。預けるだけ？そう、別に食べたくなかったら食べなくていいし、食べたくなったら食べてもいいからさ。それに何の意味が？それなら構わないでしょ?
Even as the words are leaving her mouth, she pushes out the tray of soba toward me.
勝手にそんなことを決められても。とにかく、そういうことだから、よろしくね。
Abruptly cutting off our conversation, the transfer student forcibly pushes the tray into my hands and then scuttles back to her room.
なんなのよ、もう。
Leaning against my door, I let out yet another sigh. After a full day of dealing with this remarkably pushy transfer student, I can't help resenting myself for initial misjudgment of her personality.
私と同じように、初めて会う人間の前だから控えめにしていただけ。
And because I failed to notice that simple fact, I've ended up with a tray of freshly made soba sitting in my hands. Then again, I suppose this is how it goes when you get a new classmate. Ever since the incident at my previous school, I've been quite literally isolated here. I didn't have to bother thinking about anyone else. But now that someone else, like myself, has arrived, a certain amount of friction between us is all but inevitable. And given that we'll both be taking the same classes and living in the same building, things are only going to get more troublesome.
差し当たっての面倒事はこのお蕎麦よね。
Muttering grumpily to myself, I head over to the trash can in the corner of my kitchen. I press my foot down on the pedal, and the lid swings open with a small thunk. The transfer student said something about leaving it with me for the night, but I'm positive she won't actually ask for it back. I'll just have to dispose of it myself then.
いらないって言ったのに。
Still, for some reason, my hands don't want to turn over the tray. The seconds tick by as I stare at the lid of the trash can in silence. I mean, if she's hungry, then why not just suck it up and eat the food that she was given for free? My stomach abruptly begins to rumble, reminding me of the fact that I'm actually rather hungry. To be certain, I haven't had a proper meal all day, and my refusal of the soba was more reflexive than anything else. Now that I'm actually holding it in my hands, the aroma is actually quite tempting. The correct answer is clear enough, but it would be rather pathetic to give in so easily after my earlier show of defiance. In that case, my best option would be... And I guess we're eating.
さーて、一日の疲れはお風呂でリフレッシュしないとね。なんたってここの大浴場は24時間入浴可能でオーシャンビューなんだもんね。楽しみ。
That's gotta actually be really relaxing. I never really put too much thought into it across these 3 games, but that honestly sounds really relaxing.
やや、あそこに見えるのは部屋の外に器を出しておくって出前じゃないんだから。でもちゃんと食べてくれたんだ。榊由美子さんか。人付き合いは得意そうじゃないし、自分から壁を作っちゃうタイプみたいだけど、悪い人じゃなさそうね。それと推しに弱い。
Yeah, let's roll with that. The transfer student received her campus tour the next day, as promised. And at the start of the following week, she began attending our normal classes without much in the way of ceremony. Of course, normal is a rather subjective choice of words, given the peculiar name or nature of Mihama Academy's lessons. Excuse me. I am not only getting tongue-twisted, but I am choking over my own words. The single most unusual aspect of this school's curriculum is that all students learn the same material, regardless of their grade. Apart from certain electives, everyone takes identical classes in accordance with the educational program they devise on a yearly basis. That's the reason that Soa-san, who entered as a second-year student, is in the same class as myself, a first year. Incidentally, we're currently in a contemporary Japanese period studying. I see we're getting to the serious questions here. The serious and very important ones.
それともとっくに経験済み？いきなり隣の席にやってきて何を言い出すのかと思えば、あなた湧いてるの？ああ、そういう言い方傷つくな。自習になった時間はクラスメイトとの交流を深めるために使いなさいって学園長さんが言ってたじゃん。
I don't think that's how you get to know a person, but that's just me.
それを踏まえた上で今の質問をしたんだとしたら最低ね。ありゃりゃ、もしかして機嫌を損ねちゃった？月曜日の2限目からワイダンを持ちかけられて機嫌を良くする人がいるとでも？榊さんって性欲が強そうだからいけると思ったんだけどな。もしそういうことに興味があるんだったら誰かと話をして適度に発散しちゃった方がいいと思うよ。一人で悶々としちゃうから。
Yeah, I guess I'll roll with that.
確かにその通りね。でも私には関係のない話だわ。
I can deal with my baser impulses perfectly well on my own. Thank you very much.
まあ、それならそれで構わないんだけど。授業のことで一つ聞いてもいい？
Ah, a serious question. Let's hear it.
何？
Let us hear it.
美浜学園って基本的に午後の授業は選択式で1週間前に学びたい教科の希望を提出するんだよね。ええ、学園長の許可さえ下りればいわゆる芸術以外の科目を希望することもできるわ。で、私は転入してきたばかりだから今週は榊さんと同じ授業を受けてくれって言われたんだけど、榊さんは何を選んでるの？美術よ。なるほど。ラフスケッチで性欲を発散してるわけか。
Well, I guess I should have saw that coming.
違う。私の専攻は風景画よ。そっか。榊さんは絵を描くのが好きなんだね。
Pulled along by her provocative questions, I've ended up revealing more about myself than I needed to.
疑問が晴れたのなら早く自分の席に戻ってちょうだい。私は微分積分の予習がしたいのよ。
Calculus as a first year? What the hell?
はーい。
Apparently deciding that she's bothered me enough for the moment, Soa-san obediently returns to her own seat. She's chosen a desk in the middle of the window-side row. Just like her room, it's a spot that gets a lot of sunlight. Ever since her dramatic arrival at Mihama Academy, the girl's been making my life rather hectic. But having another classmate around does have certain benefits.
では、次の問題をスオ君に解いてもらおうかな。
また私ですか
？For one thing, the instructors who like asking us to solve problems during class are generally focusing their attention on the new transfer student, which means I've finally got a reprieve from the awkward personal tutor dynamic that I've been putting up with since my arrival here.
やっと午前中の授業が終わったよ。
By the time we make it to lunch, Soa-san sprawled out on top of her desk, having been singled out more than 10 times by our instructors. Watching her out of the corner of my eye, I slowly stand up from my seat.
あれ？もしかしてトイレ？一緒に行く？どうして一緒に行く必要が？というか、 私はお弁当を取りに行くだけよ。お弁当？
All this explaining is starting to get a bit tiresome. Doing my best to suppress my annoyance, I try to think up a quick summary of the situation.
今は学生数の関係で学食が機能していない代わりに仕出しのお弁当を注文することができるのよ。そういえば学園長さんに校舎を案内してもらった時、学食はお休みしてるって言ってたっけ？朝のホームルームまでに黒板横のノートに名前を書いておけば昼休みに届くようになっているわ。
That sounds eerily familiar. Like, I think something like that was talked about in the Fruit of Grisaia, but I could be completely wrong. It's been so long since I've gone through the common route in the Fruit of Grisaia.
へえ、出前みたいなことが許されてるなんて豪華な設備の学園はやっぱりやることが違うんだね。
True enough. Of course, it's fairly obvious that we're only afforded that privilege to discourage us from wandering outside the school's walls.
でも今のところは自分でお弁当を用意しようと思ってるから私が利用する機会はなさそうかな。ごめん。じゃあなんで聞いたって顔はやめてもらえる？今の今までその存在自体知らなかったんだからさ。そうだったわね。
Yeah, I guess.
ごめん、榊さん。ちょっといい？
After school, as I'm leaving the classroom to return to our dorm, Suo-san rushes over to stop me.
何？そういえば聞くタイミングを逃しちゃってたんだけど、アドレス教えてもらってもいいかな？アドレス？携帯電話持ってるよね？だからといってあなたにアドレスを教える気はないわ。嘘？なんで？クラスも一緒なら住む場所まで同じなのだから電話を使う必要なんてないでしょ？
I mean, she makes a very valid point there.
そうかな？少なくとも私があなたに電話をかける予定はないもの。うわ、本当にそう思ってたとしても実際口にしちゃう？普通じゃないからよ。どうしてそうツンツンしちゃうかな？それはどういう意味？おとといはおそばだってちゃんと食べてくれたのに。
Caught off guard by this unexpected comment, I feel my cheeks instantly go red. Trying to hide my own embarrassment, I force my face into an even sterner expression than before.
これ以上私が愉快な人間だと勘違いされても困るからこの際はっきりと言っておくけれど、私があなたの相手をしているのは学園長に頼まれているからであって慣れ合うつもりはさらさらない。だから駅前でティッシュを配っている人のように気安く声をかけるのは遠慮してもらえると助かるわ。そう来るか。どうして榊さんがここにいるかなんて聞かないしツンツンするなとも言わないけど、そういうキャラって疲れない？キャラなんか作っていないわよ。
Not only did she ignore my attempts at provocation, the girl's acting as if she sees right through me. It's so aggravating that I find myself raising my voice.
わかった。榊さんがそこまで言うならもうアドレスは聞かないよ。少し私が無神経だったところもあったしね。そう、理解してもらえたようで何よりだわ。
With that slightly caustic parting shot, I walk off toward the entrance, my strides longer than usual.
釘刺されちゃったか。悪い人じゃないのはわかるんだけど、これはちょっと苦労しそうかも。
Possibly. I feel like it's gonna take a lot to get through to Sakaki. She's a tough one. I mean, it took Yuji, what, how many hours in our common route playthrough? I don't even remember, to be quite honest. I feel like we just kept on annoying her. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. That's where we'll end this one. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like. We're 12% done. I don't think it's going to take us that long to get through this. I hope it doesn't. But, you know, what do I know? I'm thinking it's not going to take us a long time. Just because we're just getting introduced to the characters as they... or we're seeing the characters get introduced to the school... and, you know, get settled into this life before Yuji comes. I don't think it's going to take that long to get through all that. I don't even know who's next. I don't think it's Sachi. It's either Michiru or Makina. I don't know which one. I think Sachi comes last. Whatever the order was in the intro, I think is the order they'll arrive to the school. But, yeah, I don't think it'll be that much longer. Then again, we're only 2 episodes into this. I can't really... take much of a guess, but we'll keep on grinding. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be sure to see you all in the next episode.